Where's that? Oh, there it is. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Sweet. Sweet, we're ready to go. Okay guys, so probably the reason why you clicked on this, is either you're looking for a modified, or to buy a Mustang GT and then modify it, or you're just curious what it's like to live with one. Whatever the reason is, you clicked on it. So what we're going to be talking about is just that. What is it like to own a Mustang GT that's modified, and to modify it yourself? And the real answer is, I don't know if you would want to. There's a lot of there's a lot that comes with owning a Mustang GT. I came from a Mustang 2000 V6 convertible automatic. I had a 2013 Honda Accord that was modified. I had a Roush RS 2015 that was modified, and then I have another 1998 Mustang V6 5-speed that's not modified, and then I have this Mustang GT 2020 PP1 that is heavily modified. What I mean by heavily, it's pretty much full bolt-on. It's not a supercharger. I don't want to go forced induction, but it's pretty much there. So some of the mods we have is cold air intake. We have no catalytic converters. We have a full-on X-pipe. We have Roush axle backs. I have coilover setups with dampening. I have 305s in the rear, 275s in the front, with carbon fiber hood. I have a carbon fiber GTC 500 71-inch full performance spoiler. You can see that in the back over there. I have an Alcantara steering wheel. I'm running full-on E85. I'm tuned by, first I was tuned by Auto Mafia, now I'm tuned by Ortiz. So there's a, I can't remember what else. I think there's a few other things. I purchased this as a daily driver, and it turned into something very different. What that means is I had to purchase a daily driver because, one, I wanted to keep miles off of this. I'm putting about 10,000 miles on this a year. It's usually a weekend warrior, but it's just so hard not to drive the car. I ended up investing a lot more time than I thought would be needed to modify a car. What that means is I had to go to exhaust shops numerous times, because one thing or another, like for an example, on a track day, the X-pipe that I had on it before completely cracked in half, and that happened twice on 2 separate occasions. Other things are like, I've had to work with tuners because the first tuner just wasn't listening to my concerns, swapped over to Ortiz, and then 80% of the drivability issues, maybe let's say 70% of the drivability issues were resolved, and then the other 20% I needed to work really hard with his team to get resolved, and that was like transmission and throttle response feels. So I'm about 90% of the way there. I'm still working with them, but I'm giving them some time off so I don't hound them. Other things are, I've had to work with body shops to get that spoiler added. I wanted it planted. I wanted it to do its job, which is keep the back down when I'm flying through canyons, and it does a really good job. And research a lot, I think, is another big thing. How to clean Alcantara steering wheel, because if you've had anything Alcantara or suede, it gets really nasty after a while. So either finding the best way to clean it or going to a place that does a good job at cleaning it. A big shout out to Transshine for doing my steering wheel. They're in Whittier. Bill's a cool guy, charged me a really good price to do the steering wheel, and it feels like brand new. So there's a lot that comes with the territory of having a modified vehicle. You're gonna have to start up your car every morning. You're gonna have to scare the shit out of your neighbors every morning if you want a Mustang GT with the full-on exhaust. And you might like it, but I've gotten complaints from my girlfriend's neighbors. Those are all things that you have to deal with. You have to plan your trips around E85 because it's not available everywhere. You're gonna have to plan your trips around converting from E85 to gasoline. I barely made it to Arizona, and I had to plan that perfectly, cruise control the whole 9 yards, because I didn't want to swap to gasoline from E85. For an example, I dropped my car right now. I'm going over a speed bump at a local plaza, and I have to take a look at the bump. I have to make sure, I don't destroy my car in the process of going over a bump, because there's been times where I misjudged a bump, and that's something you're gonna have to live with. There's some bumps that I can't clear and I can't make it through, and I've only dropped, it's not an aggressive drop. So with that all being said, there's a lot of work involved with owning a modified vehicle. There's a lot of living around your vehicle when having a modified vehicle. Having a Mustang GT is unmodified is great. Having a modified Mustang GT, I don't think is for everybody. If you're a true car enthusiast, and maybe it's the same way with other modified vehicles, but I think having a V8's a little bit more, because if you have like a modified GTI, they're great cars. If you have a downpipe full on, it's loud, but it's not it's not shake the building loud. It's just loud. Versus when a Mustang GT fires up, it will shake the whole building, like my apartment complex. There's a lot of pros and cons. I think pro is, driving around with this vehicle, a lot of people look at you. There's a lot of conversations that get sparked up at gas stations or E85 stations, more specifically with this vehicle. There's a lot of kids that, smile when they see your car and they say like race car, and that's really who I do it for, is like those kids, along with myself. Like if I see a kid smile and I'm smiling, then I know that for the most part I'm in a good place. So long story short, if you bleed oil like we do, you're a car person, do it. If you like loud cars, do it. If you like talking to people, do it. If you like spending a lot of money and spending a lot of time, and do it. If you have a lot of time, do it. If you like working with a bunch of different people and trying to network and trying to dig for information, do it. If you like dealing with people who don't like loud cars, do it. If you like dealing with a rough ride, do it. If you like something a lot of people don't talk about on the S550s, but there's a lot of creaks and rattles that come with you dropping your car. If you're okay with that, do it. I enjoy cars. I bleed cars. We're going to try doing a lot more car content outside of just the Mustang, and hopefully form a community around that. So, alrighty guys, catch you guys later. Bye-bye.